Okay, we're all set, Mayor.
All right, good evening, everyone. Hope all is well. This seems to be a brief meeting tonight. Just wanted to give a couple of interesting updates. The percentage of cases in Nassau County has dropped to about 1% of COVID cases, so this is great news. I'm hoping that most people have been vaccinated, and we are moving toward herd immunity. I hope soon. I'm sure the CDC will come up with new recommendations. As of the last recommendation was that people who are vaccinated can go around without masks. Obviously, different department stores and different offices have their own rules and regulations that people need to adhere to, but that's the latest from CDC. So with that, I wanted to start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we hopefully go. All right, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
and to the republic
which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Abraham?
Yes. Good evening, Mr. Mayor and the board. The first item on the agenda is a Department of Building Department April and May 2021 report. I'm going with the screen.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Board of Trustees. The April report, the building permit applications we received was 47. We approved 43. We have 4 pending. We collected $51,686. We did 82 inspections. We had 26 complaints. We issued 23 violations. That is for the month of April. The May report, we had 41 applications. We approved 40. We have 1 pending. We collected $33,231. We did 81 inspections. We had 52 complaints, and we had issued 38 violations. Any questions?
Nope, that's good with me.
Okay.
The next item on the agenda is the Department of Public Works April 2021 report. I'm going to pages. And this is for the April for sanitation. Okay. I don't think if Mr. Massaro is on the call.
No, he's not on.
Okay. The next item on the agenda is the Nassau County Police Department report for April of 2021. There were 22 cases that they aided. There was 1 larceny and for auto, and 2 larceny for other than auto. There were 21 moving violation and 2 parking violations issued. Now, out of the accidents that you could see on your screen, not everything is in the village of Great Neck. For example, the second one I could see it's not in the village, as well as the one on Bayview and Gristmill Lane. Followed by the next one also, it's not. And then this is the second page. Everything except for the first line is in the village of Great Neck.
There was another one on the page before that was also not in the village, Hickory Lane and, oh,
Correct. Maple Grove Street.
yeah, oh, is that, I'm sorry, I thought it was Hickory Drive.
So what's the total number of accidents in the past month in our village? I mean, if you can remove those, I mean, there were 4 of them that aren't, you said?
Correct. It will be 17.
17 accidents.
17 accidents, and according to this report, there was only 1 injury at Polo at Beach Road. There was a pedestrian and bicycle and vehicle.
It was not a vehicle accident. It was a vehicle and a bike, or a pedestrian and a bike? Pedestrian and a bike?
It must have been pedestrian or a bike and a vehicle. It does not mention it. I can reach out to them if you would like for more details.
Yes, please. Trying to just see if these are the areas that accidents happen often. I see there's one at Hicks and Forest. What happened in that accident? Because I know that was one of the areas that we were concentrating on.
I will reach out
right?
to.
It was Hicks and Forest.
It was Hicks and Forest
Was
Road.
it Hicks and Forest? No.
That is correct. Hicks and I'll tell you in a moment.
Where's Forest Avenue? Is it
That is
Forest
correct.
Road? Maybe
That's
that they say Forest Avenue?
Hicks and Forest is correct, Mayor. That's where the LED stop signs are installed.
Okay.
It should be
It should be Forest Road.
Forest Road, not Forest Avenue, correct.
Okay. If you can reach out, I want to know what it was actually that happened on that intersection, and
As well as the Polo Road.
no, well, that one I want to know the Hicks and Forest, the Polo Road Station, and Baker Hill Road. It was following the other car too closely, probably just banging the back.
Could have been.
Woolies in Hatley Court. That's not a good area. What was the also Baker Hill and Plymouth? I don't know. That's not too close to the East Shore Road and Vista Hill. Okay. All right. So these are the other stuff. All right.
Okay. The next item under the new subject, new business, for Mr. Altaf Nabijat, I believe his name is. He has submitted his application as well as the backups for application. Mr. B, would you like to?
Yes, Mayor. The peddler's license is governed by Chapter 416 of your village code. The application is required to contain a number of items, all of which the applicant has submitted with 2 exceptions. He is supposed to submit an abstract of his driving record with New York State for the immediate prior 4 years, and that is missing. Additionally, a current, that is within 1 month, record review from the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services, and that is also missing from his application. You have several options. You can deny, you can approve, notwithstanding the missing information, or you can approve conditionally upon his production of this material within the next X number of days, 10 days, 20 days, whatever it is you determine is appropriate. And then effective upon the submission of those materials to the village clerk, his license would already be approved.
Right. I would like, because this gentleman is apparently new to our village, I would like to have that, and I'm okay with moving with approving the application pending on those two parts that are missing.
And the abstract of the driving record, the condition would be that same does not show any accidents or violations, moving violations for the immediate prior 4 years. And the abstract from the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services be that he not have been convicted of any crime.
Right.
Very good, sir. Is there a motion to that effect, that such production be within 10 days of this board approval?
I do.
Moved by trustee Hope. Is there a second? Does the second board member wish to second the item? Seconded by trustee Mendelson. Any discussion on that item? Hearing none, all those in favor of conditionally approving the peddler's license, say aye.
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 Any abstentions or dissent? Hearing none, Mayor, the motion is passed unanimously.
Thank you.
Uh,
So, Abraham, please send a message to this gentleman and ask to provide those things within the next 10 days. And hopefully he can, and he will be provided the permit.
Sure, will do. I just want to mention
you.
that Deputy Mayor is absent from the meeting.
Okay. All right. Do you know if he will join us? Did he mention anything or no?
I haven't heard from him today.
Okay.
I'll reach out to him quickly.
Thanks.
Item
All
B
right.
on the new business is a request to close the street by Strathmore Park. I believe there is Mr. David. You are on the call. Sorry, Bernard.
How's everyone doing today?
Good, thanks.
So I usually have our annual Strathmore party by the pond and gazebo. So the request is to close off part of Strathmore Road, and I think it's called Pond View Road. That would be for June 12th between the hours of 3 p.m.
June 12th is a Saturday or Friday?
This Saturday.
Okay.
Mayor, Peter B. again. I do note that there are a number of items under our village code that are sometimes required of applicants. This kind of a situation, I think, is deemed a so-called event, and an event permit would be required. There are 13 separate items that are required for the event permit, but essentially to identify the applicant, to notify as a person that could be responsible for the event and be a contact person for the village. And I think that the applicant has arguably identified himself sufficiently for that person, to be that person. Additionally, the code does state that applications for such a permit must be made at least 30 days prior to the proposed time, except for good cause. So the board certainly has the power to waive that if it chooses to do so. And the board is expressly granted in its sole discretion to waive any of the requirements set forth if it finds that a waiver will not adversely impact the health, welfare, and safety of the residents. So should you choose to grant the permit, you could deny the permit, or you may also grant the permit with any conditions that you choose to impose.
Well, apparently this block party has been going on for a long time. I personally don't see any negative impact. I think it actually has a positive impact that's bringing people back out now that the pandemic is hopefully dwindling down. Hoping that most people have been vaccinated and that people taking precautions. And I ask the applicant to please make sure that if people are not vaccinated, to try to stay away and definitely wear their mask. Other than that, I don't have any objection to it.
Then the board may wish to entertain a motion to approve the permit, and in the context of that motion, find that granting the permit, notwithstanding some of the missing items, it will not adversely affect the health, welfare, and safety of village residents, and therefore approval is granted. Is there a trustee who wishes to make that motion?
I so move it.
Moved by trustee Hope. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Ellie, seconded. And is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Are
Thank you
there any
very much.
opposed?
Yeah, join. Stop by
I
and say.
could not hear that.
I'm sorry.
I'm
I
sorry,
missed it. I'm sorry.
Are there any abstentions or dissents? Hearing none, the motion passes unanimously.
Thank
you. Okay.
Thank you very much. Hopefully I'll see you guys there.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is a request for Friday summer hours for the Village Hall employees through September 3rd, 2021. We have had this request and approved for the past at least 6 years. This is a request to close the Village Hall at 3 o'clock on Fridays. The hour and a half is compensated by taking a shorter lunch hours by employees by 15 minutes from Monday through Thursday and a half an hour lunch break on Fridays, allowing to take an hour and a half shorter day on Fridays. There is an option to have 1 or 2 employees staff the Village Hall during those Fridays. It's up to the mayor and the board to, if they wish to entertain such a request. If you approve it, that would be greatly appreciated. Again, it's up to you if you would like 1 or 2 employees, or no staffing during those 1.5 hours.
As we mentioned before, I don't have an issue with allowing the Village Hall employees to have their Fridays a little bit shorter by an hour and a half. The only concern I have is the accessibility to the Village Hall on Friday afternoon if there's a definite need. I would leave that up to the discretion of the clerk treasurer to see if he would like to leave 1 or 2 people behind. But other than that, I don't really have an issue with it. Obviously, the board has to make a decision. Does the DPW asking for some changes as well or not really?
This is only for Village Hall employees. This does not include parking enforcement or DPW. DPW have summer hours, which starts at 6:30 to 3 o'clock during the summer. The other time it's 7 to 3:30. During the summer hours, they start half an hour early and they end half an hour earlier. Their lunch hours is throughout the year half an hour.
Okay. All right. So they already have that. All right. I move to approve that based on having 1 person there or 2, depending, and I would leave that at the discretion of the clerk.
Is there a motion to approve summer hours as the mayor mentioned? As their second, I'm sorry.
I already moved. If anybody
Right.
wants.
I believe I heard trustee Hope.
Yes.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 All right. Okay. All set.
But I'm just concerned, I don't think 1 person should be left alone.
Here.
So that for safety reasons.
Right. I tend to agree with Annie, and I said, at least 1%, but really, just for safety reasons, I think it's always good to have 2 people in. And again, that can be on a rotational basis, so I don't think that should be an issue.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
All right. Thank you. All right.
The next item is a request by Nassau County Police to install an address to a police booth that we have adjacent to 7-Eleven located at 788 Middle Neck Road. We have been contacted by the Nassau County Police to see if they can put an actual number on that booth. Currently, the booth does not have any number. The 7-Eleven street number is 788 Middle Neck Road. They're requesting if we could give 788-A or just 788A to that police booth that is located on the corner of Steamboat and Middle Neck Road.
And the purpose of this is for people to be able to find.
Is there any reason why we wouldn't?
Bart, is that you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't see a reason unless there's any legal issues for us now. The only thing is, why are they asking? Is it because people can find the booth easier?
They advertise
get-
it. Currently, there is no address on it, so they're requesting to have such an address. They're
Okay, because they want to post it on their website or something. Okay,
correct.
I have no issue with that.
I don't have an issue.
The entry actually on Middle Neck Road, or is it on Steamboat?
It's on Middle Neck Road.
Either one.
It's on the corner, really, and it's entered from either way. But whatever address they want to put in, it's fine. I don't really care.
Do you want to assign 788-A or 788A without a dash?
Can it, is there a 790?
What's
Uh,
it regarding?
I wouldn't do that, Bart. I wouldn't go because it's a small booth on the premises of 7-Eleven. So to give it a whole different one, I think it's a bit off. I would just say 788A or -A. I don't think it's the proper thing to go and give a whole new number to it.
Okay.
No dash.
But we do have to clarify that it's not a new tax lot.
It is not.
No.
It is part of it. That it is not. It's the whole thing is just one lot.
Right,
I
okay.
actually I was looking at it right now. I can just pull it up as you could see right here. It's the whole thing is one tax lot. It's not separated.
Okay.
Is there a motion to assign street number 788A for the police booth located at the corner of Steamboat and Middle Neck Road?
I so move.
Moved by trustee Hope. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by deputy mayor. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Passed unanimous. Thank you. The next item on the agenda is the appointment of election inspector. We do have 5 inspectors currently. The inspectors were not balanced because we couldn't find them. We had 5, so we need to have 6. 3 of them have to be Democrats, 3 of them have to be Republicans. And the purpose of this appointment is to have 6, 3 Democrats, 3 Republicans. Brian spoke to Marissa today, and she's able to attend, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Any questions regarding this?
No.
No.
Do we have to make a motion to approve her?
Yes. Is there a motion to approve Marissa? I'm sorry, Brian, what's her last name?
Let me pull it up on the here. Yeah, I can't pronounce it.
Your Gallus.
That sounds good.
Is there a motion to appoint her as a Democratic inspector for the upcoming June 15th village election?
I so move.
It's moved by Deputy Mayor. Is there a second? Trustee Hope, I believe you seconded it.
Yes.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Passed unanimous. Next item under new business is an application to install a tent at 54 Steamboat Road. This is their application. Mr. Haramis.
Yes, Mayor and Board, I know last year during the pandemic, we approved a tent for this site. They use it as a tent for summer camp for the kids to be under so they're not out in the excruciating sun. Right now, I have the application. I do not have the fire marshal approval, and it will be brought into me. What I was looking to do was fast track it with the mayor and the board to approve the tent so that it can be put on site pending building department approval of the fire marshal, the size of the tent, make sure we have the right occupancy and exits and everything else.
All right. So the only thing that is really, you have the plan. The only thing you're looking for is the approval from fire marshal.
Yes, the tent is a 40, I think it's a 40 by 100 tent. And I'm just waiting for the fire marshal approval. I know it was submitted to the fire marshal. We're just waiting to get it back. So I'm thinking it'll be back by the end of the week. And I just don't know if it's enough time for them to have the tent approved by the next meeting. So I don't know if the next meeting it could get approved or not. I think they're looking to put it up sometime next week.
Okay. All right. Any motion to approve this tent pending on the building department approval after receiving the proper notes from the fire marshal?
I'll move it.
It's moved by trustee Kashi. Is there a second?
Stephen Hope, move.
It's seconded by trustee Hope. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Could I just ask one question? Will they prevent people from using it until it's approved?
No, it's not going to be erected until it's approved.
Oh, I got the impression that it was going to be erected.
No, it won't be erected until it's approved.
Oh, okay. Then aye.
Thank you, passed unanimously.
Thank you.
The next item under the agenda, under minutes, is minutes of April 20th. I'm going to put it up on the screen right now. Please let me know when you want me to go to the next page.
Next. 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 If anybody needs more time, let me know. Next. Next. Move to approve the minutes.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Trustee Kashi, trustee Mendelson.
Aye.
Thank you. Approved unanimous. The next item are minutes for May 4th meeting. It's on the screen in front of you. Please let me know when to move to the next page.
Next. 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 Abraham, you checked the numbers on this?
I did, yes.
Okay. Next.
Abraham, under new business A, the last sentence, applicant request was denied because the board took no action, or the request was denied by board action?
It was denied by board action.
Okay, I would suggest that amendment to the minutes.
Thank you, Peter.
Noted.
Next. Okay.
There's a last page.
You want to go back to the last page?
I'm sorry. I thought you said okay. Okay, let's go to next
Yeah,
page.
yeah, you can move on.
Next page. I'm sorry, Deputy Mayor, should I go to the next page?
Yes.
This is the last.
Okay, next.
That's the last page.
Yeah, move to approve.
Okay,
Second.
let's move. Moved and seconded. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Subject to the changes to the new business item A, obviously.
So moved.
It was moved and seconded.
Second.
All in favor, please signify by aye.
Aye.
Trustee Mendelson, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Is
I
that
said aye as well.
okay? Thank you. It's approved unanimous. The last item on the agenda is the abstract for this Friday, June 4th.
So some questions, but I don't know if you, they're really directed, most of them towards Louis. For instance, the sand company, I understand there was an expense for that, but I'm not sure, it says for demolition. So I'm not sure how the sand is used for demolition.
I'm sorry, that's a question to the
What was
superintendent.
that?
And that's a question to Louis.
I would imagine that they have to use sandbags when they demolish a place for erosion purposes.
I guess.
And also they might have to backfill any voids in the ground.
Right, but how many demolitions have been done? I guess that's my question. I don't remember seeing any permits for it, so. I'm just curious where these demolitions were. That was one question. It seemed like there was an expenditure for tires, for quite a few tires. You know, it's 3 different entries in the abstract, so I was curious about that. And then there was some money, about $4,000 spent on fences. So around the it said around the DPW, so I'm curious why so many fences were necessary. So those were the questions for Louis.
I'll mention it to him for 110 Sand Company. The other one would be tire.
Barnwell Tires, right. And the
And,
last one was fences. I forget, I could look up the name. I think.
Sure. I'll have him email you tomorrow. I'll send an email to him requesting to respond to you directly.
Okay, perfect. Okay, the Eastern Wholesale Fence, I think that's new.
Eastern Wholesale, okay.
Eastern Wholesale Fence, yeah. So those are the only questions. So if those are answered, then I would make a move. Oh, and there was I'm sorry, there was one other, I guess, regarding the sweeper. There was a repair for the street sweeper that, and I thought that we were getting rid of it, or replacing it. So my question was, why are we then repairing it?
Because it has to be maintained until we get a new one.
But
I would imagine that we need a street sweeper until the new one is in-house.
well, I guess I'd like to confirm, because it's it's $16,000 for a repair, so, or for the actual sweep mechanism. So, I mean, if we know, if I knew that it was going to be 6 months, then yeah, I understand what you're saying. But if it's going to be less than a month, then I would question why we would go to that expense.
I will mention all 4 items to him, and I'll ask him to please respond to you.
Okay, thank you.
Also, I noticed a refund to Stephen Is. It was misspelled.
Oh, his last name is okay.
It's Ismak with a CH, not an SH. So if the check is being cut off of the abstract, it should be correct.
It is not cut yet. It has to, as you know, it has to be approved first before we cut the checks.
No, I know that, but I don't know if they cut the check based on what's written on the abstract.
We can update the abstract to a correct spelling.
Right. Okay.
Any other questions?
Well, this is a minor one, but there was something for folding letters and stuffing envelopes.
Yeah, that was for tax bills.
Oh, tax bills. Okay. Yeah. So, except for those 4 items, I would approve everything, and with and hopefully we'll get an explanation, and then with I would approve those.
Okay, sure. Is there a second to the motion that Trustee Mendelson made regarding approving the abstract for this?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Trustee Kashi. I'm sorry, Deputy Mayor, was that you?
Yes.
Okay. It's seconded. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Trustee Hope, Trustee Kashi, Mr. Mayor. Oh,
I'm sorry, I lost you for a few minutes.
Mr. Mayor, the Trustee Mendelson had questions regarding few items. They're all related to DPW.
DPW, that I got, right? I don't know what happened afterwards, but
there's a missing on one of the checks that has to be issued that I will take care of it tomorrow. As well as there was a question regarding folding and stuffed envelopes. Those are related to the tax bills that were mailed on Friday.
okay.
So the pending motion on which they are awaiting your vote is to approve the abstracts subject to the DPW items that Trustee Mendelson has questioned, and that would authorize payment of those items upon her satisfaction, receipt of satisfactory explanation.
Okay.
It was already the the motion was already seconded as well. And do you agree with the abstract, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, I do. I vote yes for the approval.
Okay, great. It passed unanimous. Public comment?
Hi, can I
Just-
make?
Yep, go ahead, Kate. Just state your name and address for the record, please.
Yes, hi, Kate Goldberg, 26 Western Avenue. Hi, so I have two questions. The first one is about the house on the corner of Middle Neck Road and Hicks Lane. This is, I think, 705 Middle Neck Road. It was renovated recently, and there were three trees on the streets and on this corner, and they were cut. So my question is, was it okay? Are there any plans to replant them?
What house on the corner of Hicks?
705 Middle Neck Road. This is
Oh,
the
you mean the
facade
building- the commercial
renovation.
building?
Sorry?
Is it a commercial building?
Yes, that was the facade renovation.
Okay, I thought you said house. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no. Building.
May I respond to that, please?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
This issue came up. There were a couple other concerned residents regarding the three trees that were cut down. This was about a year and a half ago, a little more than that. It was cut down by DPW. It was not by the applicants. And I spoke to Louis. He's waiting for the applicant to finish the facade and replace the sidewalk so they can go ahead and plant new trees.
Oh, very nice. Thank you. And my second question, I sent the email to Brian. I don't know if you received it today. So we spoke last time about the bike lanes, and I was talking with Mayor Brown, and you suggested that I make some plan or some drawing to with ideas where this bike lanes could be. So I emailed this to Brian, and I just asked what is the right time to discuss it. I don't know if it's now or is it another time. So I just wanted
Well,
to.
Kate, I'm just checking my emails because I didn't see it.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay.
I emailed today at noon, I think. At the email address that's on the village. Okay. Can I just share? I don't know. Okay, I can.
I see it here, Kate. I went into my junk email. Sorry about that.
It happens. Yeah. Okay. Good. So I just. I don't know if it's now the right moment or not, or if I don't know. I just asked
Mayor,
what's
do you
the
want
right
me
time?
to forward it around and we could put it on the agenda so everybody could get a chance to look at it?
Right, Kate, I think, you know what, the best is not to do it only on one foot. Let's send it out if you can. Let the board take a look at it. I would invite you to the next meeting whenever you put it on. And Brian, please reach out to Kate when it's on the agenda, if it's going to be the next agenda. I know the next agenda is going to be a little bit difficult, but if we can't put it on the next agenda, at least by then we all have looked at it. And then you should come in and explain, and we can have Louis there as well, because I'm sure he's going to have some input. Maybe we can get one of the POP officers also to take a look and see if they have any suggestions as well. And we'll see what we can do. I don't have it in front of me, just out of curiosity, because I'm very curious to know. This bike lane is put in on Middle Neck Road, or is on the side?
No, you said that you would rather avoid it because of the safety issues. So there are different ideas, but I was trying to avoid it, and I now made a route from starting at the Stepping Stone Park, going through Steamboat Road, then a small portion of Middle Neck Road between Steamboat and Hicks Lane, and then going Hicks Lane and then down down through the residential areas to Allenwood Park and then to the station.
Interesting. Okay, I'm very interested to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
So Brian, just send it to the trustees. Let's take a look at it, and then hopefully we can have it on the next week's agenda, next time's agenda.
I'm forwarding it now to everybody right now.
Thank you. Thank you, Kate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I see David, you have your hand up. Just unmute and state your name and address for the record, please.
Yeah, David Slenziger, 15 Beach Road. I have a comment, and that is, if even the police want to have a house number on their police booth, surely it's time for the village to get every homeowner and business owner to have a number on their property. You know, I've been nagging about this for a long time, but it's long overdue. Now, I have some questions. To the superintendent of buildings, thank you for getting at least two things apparently cured. The for rent sign is down at 31 Beach, and 10 Beach, the exterior of the house has sort of finally been painted. But what I wonder is, have any permits been issued for any of the planned apartments in the village? Millbrook Court, plus the two new apartments on Middle Neck Road at Goodhile and North Road that were more recently approved.
So plans have been submitted for Millbrook. Permits they were not picked up as of yet. We are just waiting a couple of things that are pending. Anything else that you had mentioned was things have been submitted. Nothing has been approved or looked at yet as far as construction drawings and things of that nature. No, nothing like that was submitted.
Thank you. Then I have some other questions just for the trustees. It's been a whole month now, but what is the status of the Village Hall contractor selection process? Where do we stand right now?
So we are trying to finalize the architectural aspect of it. It has to go to the bidding because the selection doesn't work like this. I'm sure you're aware. It has to be put on the newspaper. It will be bidded, and we go through the proper selection. We are not in that. We are not in that stage yet.
Do you have an estimate for when you will be able to go forward? I mean, it's been 5 months now.
Right. So it takes. You have to. We have to go through 5 months. So, but
I'm just saying we don't have final plans, so it's not 5 months. We wouldn't contract and enter into or try to enter into a contract till we had final plans.
Right. So we have to finalize the plans for the Village Hall. When that is done, at that time, you can actually go through the proper selection. But you cannot go through the selection if you don't have the plans yet. And it's not 5 months that we have chosen the architect, and it's going to take a while. Listen, it's going to take. Nothing's going to be overnight. I was hoping to have it done faster, and hopefully we're moving toward that direction.
Well, you did say in the past that you hoped it would be done by the end of May, and you could make a selection in June. Do you have an idea when you will have made a decision?
I would say we have chosen the architect. It's going to be another couple of months before we finalize the plan to make sure that it's a proper usage of the land. Yeah, you also have to realize we are trying to save money on the building and also on the size. We want to maximize as much as possible. So at the moment we have it, I'm sure everyone will know.
And the other thing that I always ask about, but you can't move without taking 100 years worth of records. Has our clerk or the deputy clerk, have they done more research into the digitization cost of taking the records?
Right, so again, I'm sure that they are working on doing the cost analysis. That's not the issue. We have not even broke ground yet. So I'm not so concerned about the movement of these files. I'm sure some of the files can be moved, but before that, like any other office that has moved, these things can be done in a very expeditious fashion. I'm not concerned about those things. And I can promise you that these 100-year-old files will not be misplaced or lost during this transition.
And I have one more question, and that is, a couple of months ago, Mr. Torkan gave a sort of proposal for the use of the former sewer property on East Shore Road. Has anything more come of that? Has any more concrete come in from him as to what he would like to do there?
I believe he showed the plan that he likes to put in place. As far as doing the logistics, I think they're going through it with Steve Paramis, and they're doing the process that they need to go through to get to the finish line.
Now, some residents have said they understand bulldozers are already working on that property, and I didn't understand what they were talking about. Does anyone on the board or in the village administration have any idea if this is correct?
So again, some people said that there are people working on that.
That they have seen and heard bulldozers working on the property. Now, I haven't seen any, but I don't live above that, Terrace Avenue and that neighborhood. So I thought actually some of them would be on this meeting tonight, but they're not. So I was curious if there's any activity going on there. I wouldn't think.
I have not seen any activity. I drive by it every day. I have not seen any activity. What I know could have happened is that they are trying to do the boring that they need to do in order to have the proper testing done prior to going forward. There are still cars parked, and those cars we're still collecting rent. So I don't know what these bulldozers are working on. I have not seen. So until someone has a proof. Steve, have you heard anything like that?
Mr. Mayor, there are no bulldozers working there. There were just some borings being done, and that's all I know of. I don't know of any other work being done. I know it was just about borings. That was a couple of test holes were done for borings. That was all. Nothing every day. It's just sporadically they were being done. And I think that's all complete by now.
They did 8 to 10 boring tests for the environmental testing. They did not bring in any heavy equipment besides from testing equipment.
Well, the boring machine can be kind of large, right?
Yeah, it's a drilling machine, but it's not a bulldozer.
No.
And that's required by SECRA for the environmental.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
If anybody else has
comments,
you could unmute yourself. Just state your name and address for the record. If you're calling in on the phone, press *6 to unmute yourself. Going once, going twice. I don't see anybody else, Mayor.
all right. Thank you very much. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, everybody be safe.